Have you ever thought about starting a mastermind group, but you don't really know how? Well, I'm going to share with you in this video the power of a mastermind and also some tips on how to get started. I'm part of several masterminds. And first of all, I want to clarify, a mastermind is not a support group, okay? Completely different thing. And I want to share just like a little tidbit on that. I work with a lot of people that are working through addiction. And I've talked to several people who have been a part of 12-step groups and AA groups and, different things that are, quote, support groups. And I think there's a tremendous value there. But what I recommend that they do when they go to these support groups is that they seek out people that they want to form a mastermind. So we're going to share with you the difference today between what a support group is and what a mastermind is, and the importance of creating that mastermind, why that would be important, and also how to create it. So if you have a group of people that you meet with often and maybe it's not really technically a mastermind, or it's not really giving you the what you need from a mastermind group, then I would say, just like I recommended to some people that go to these support groups, to go there looking specifically for people that you want to talk to about being in your mastermind, and you create your own mastermind. And what you want to do as you're looking for these people to add to your mastermind, whether it's from a support group or it's just from your neighbors or from a business, some business colleagues or people at work or wherever you're choosing these people from, that you choose someone who is a little bit above you in some way. Maybe they're a little bit farther along the path. If they're traveling along the same path and they're a little bit ahead of you, or maybe they're just a little bit more committed, or maybe they're a little bit more sure of what their purpose is along that path. So wherever it is, somebody who's headed in the same general direction as you are, but they're a little bit further along the path. Those are the people that you want to seek out. So that type of a mastermind would be several people getting together on a regular basis, and they're creating together and focused on the same general direction. You're working towards the same type of goals, and you'd be meeting together. So that's one type of mastermind. A second type of mastermind is something that I did a couple of years ago as I was leveling myself up, getting myself more in alignment with the goals that I wanted to create. And that was, I looked within myself to find what skills and things that I needed to become more aligned with my highest and best self. And then I looked around, I identified 3 things. One was to help me stay more focused on my purpose. Another one was to be more persistent, to not give up and to not procrastinate. And the third one was to help me embrace my greatness. Somebody that could see my power a little bit better than I could. So what I did was I looked around at my colleagues and I picked 3 people that I felt were really good in those different areas. Somebody who was really good at staying focused on, and being persistent. Somebody who knew me really well and knew me even better than I knew myself. And somebody that I had already shared with them what my purpose was, and that would be very good at helping me stay connected to that. And I contacted these 3 individuals, and they were more than willing to be my mentors. So I considered that a mastermind. Even though we weren't meeting together as a group, I was meeting with them individually throughout the week, and I would take everything that I learned back. And so I was part of this mastermind, even though they didn't know each other and didn't know that I was meeting with each one of them separately. So there's a second kind of mastermind, is that it's just your personal mastermind that you gather to yourself, and you're using skills from all different areas and for the specific purpose of you. And it's important that regardless of what type of mastermind you're creating, that you meet regularly. And I would recommend at least once a week. But if it's something that, feels better for you to meet daily or to meet maybe once a month, but whatever it is, make sure that you're meeting on a regular basis. Now, I have a couple of mentors that I will just call occasionally, and we meet when I'm ready to level up into doing something new. and I'll just contact them and meet with them a couple of times. So that to me is regular for that type of mentor. It's just whenever I'm ready to really level up. And one more principle that I want to add to this is that I always recommend that you invite God into your mastermind. Napoleon Hill talks about mastermind, and he said that there's a third mind that is created. There's your mind, there's the mastermind mind, and then there's what you get to create together. And for me, if I'm including God in that, there's God's mind, my mind, and the intuition that I receive, and that third mind is the way that I interpret that intuition. But I definitely want that extra boost of God's mind inside my mastermind. When you have a group of people that is of one mind, that they're working together to create a common goal, then that's where the alignment plays in. All right, so I'm going to draw a little Venn diagram here. So this is you. This is the mastermind. And this is God. All right. And when you have these three parts, connection and alignment, what that creates when you and the mastermind meet together, if it's a group of people that is, like I mentioned before, that you're choosing people that are a little bit higher along the path than you are, then what that does is it invites you to level up to the level of the mastermind. So doing this together equals nobility. You're leveling yourself up on a higher level just by virtue of being a part of that mastermind. You and God together equals intuition. And again, that is that higher knowledge. It's that third mind that's created between you and God. You're coming up with more information than you would have otherwise. The connection between mastermind and God is refinement. Because can you imagine you by yourself? You're pretty awesome, right? You add this mastermind, then you're leveling yourself up. You add God, and you've got this amazing new information that you never would have had otherwise. But you take the mastermind and God and add that to yourself, that creates a refinement, God and the mastermind that's a little bit higher than you are, refining you into the very best person that you can be. And that's where that power comes in. So connection, all connected, alignment, where you're all working towards the same thing, creates power. Nobility, refinement, and intuition is all leveled up. So I know I've given some really great things to work on with your creating your mastermind group today, but if you have questions, ask in the comments below, and even go to my website if you want to learn more.